Open your mind.
Hey out there, this is Buzz with TheSurvivalBuzz. So I'm all bundled up tonight for this video. Seems cold weather's finally hit here in Oklahoma, at least what I consider cold here in the South. Once it hits 20, 30 degrees, I am just not acclimated for cold weather. Much props to you guys that live up north. I don't know how you do it. Every time I run into somebody that says they enjoy this stuff, it is beyond me. I am just a warm weather person, I guess. You know, I've talked on this channel quite a bit about the perversion that seems to be growing in the world, especially here in the United States, but across the world. Whether that looks like, you know, Drag Queen Story Hour a few years ago, or, you know, I've seen videos of that teachers or students have recorded of their teachers talking about the pleasures of anal sex, and I mean, you name it, just sick stuff being taught to these kids in even the public schools. And then you even have social media platforms, YouTube, different places where you have, you know, people teaching children that it's all right to be whatever gender you want and that everybody's going to accept you no matter what, and not to listen to your parents and things like that. It's just everywhere. And I really worry about my children. They're both in public schools, but I stay pretty involved in what they're learning, what books they're reading, whatever curriculums push their way. I try to stay involved and know what's going on, because there is so much sick stuff going on out there. And it's just become more and more acceptable. You even have, you know, I'm trying not to get this video pulled, but I'm probably going to say a lot of words and names in this that the algorithms aren't going to like, so, but I don't honestly care. But they've tried to normalize even the pedo stuff now. Minor attractive persons, right? MAPS. Trying to make it normal to be attracted to children, and saying it's not by choice, it's just something that's bred into these people, and it's just totally disgusting. But yet you have everybody up in arms, everybody upset right now about the, you know, the Epstein lists coming out of the names of people. And rightfully so, they should be upset. Everybody should be all upset about it, but nothing's going to change with this. And it amazes me how all it takes is a few news articles and media outlets to cover this stuff and give everybody false hope that there's going to be this ginormous list. What is it, 170 names revealed of people that went to Epstein Island? And so far we haven't heard anything. Today's Wednesday, January 3rd. And so far I haven't heard anything other than just, you know, Bill Clinton being talked about, although he was talked about before. And it just amazes me, like I said, that people can buy into this crap and think that something's going to change, that names are actually going to be revealed of high-profile people. When we should all know deep down that the federal government isn't out to help us, probably any government for that matter. And it seems like at every avenue, every corner, they've done their damnedest to try to hide the names, try to protect these perverts out there, these pedos. And they've done a pretty good job. It's been, what, 4 years now? And now there's talks of a list. It's supposed to have been released today, still hasn't been. We'll see. But even if it is, do you honestly believe that there's going to be anybody on that list that the powers that be don't already want gone? And 170 people seems like a lot. It is a ton of people to commence in such a horrible, heinous act with children. But I'd go as far as to say that it's in the thousands, not 170 people. And I would say there's some pretty big names on there. Politicians, judges, attorneys, actors. I'm sure the list is pretty extensive. But we're never going to see those names. They're never going to be released to us. And we should be pissed off. We should be. And, you know, as much as I'd like to help do something about it, for obvious reasons I can't. You know, I'm just like every other average Joe out here working 50, 60 hours a week just to make it by. So I do the best I can. And for those of you that aren't aware of Bear Independent, it's a channel here on YouTube. You should check him out. And along with that, you know, he has a charity, Caleb House. They house and rehabilitate trafficked children, which is amazing. And there's not a lot of people out there doing that sort of thing right now. So the only thing I can do is help contribute to that whenever I can. Aside from that, there's not much I can do. Other than pay attention to my children, and they don't ever leave my side. And I'm just blown away at going out in public and seeing these people that let their children just run wild when trafficking is such a huge thing right now, even with children. So keep an eye on your children, protect them at all costs. And I would say all this is just smoke and mirrors, you know, and although it's good to pay attention to the news and things going on, I mean, let's face it, just because a list is released, do you actually think anything is going to change? Do you actually think that there's not judges and high-profile people out there that are willing to do anything and everything they possibly can to protect themselves and other people? They're going to. They've been doing that forever, and it's not going to stop now. It's all just smoke and mirrors. I mean, is it coincidence that everybody's up, you know, biting at the bit to see this list of names, yet we had 300,000 illegal immigrants cross the border just this last month alone? That national debt has crossed, what is it, $34 trillion now? You know, we got bigger fish to fry here than worrying about a list that may or may not put some names out there. Because I can guarantee you the names they're going to put out there isn't anybody that they don't want to get rid of already. But it's all just smoke and mirrors, people. Keep prepping back, keep getting prepared, keep learning the skills you need to learn, and provide for yourself and your family, and getting ready for this tsunami that's coming for us. It's coming quick, and we're running out of time. God bless y'all, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Later.